What up, everyone? Today's episode of the Drama Club gives us me and Steph having our first disagreement about who we like and dislike at the Met Gala. And then Steph is going to give us the Emancipation of Mimi, aka Mariah Carey's Breakdown circa 2001. And then we're going to finish up with Lindsay Lohan's infamous sex list,
aka your Christmas list.
which some men don't want to be featured on for legal reasons on this week's Drama Club.
Woo woo!
What up, fam? It's good, y'all. Feels good, right? Yeah, I know it do. And without further ado, we broadcasting live.
Crack my beer open on the mic.
Oh, that was very satisfying.
Ooh.
That was not satisfying.
I wish that I could find an app that was just that horn that I always try to do.
Or please don't find that horn, because I hate that sound so much.
You're a hater.
I was laughing because I was trying to whistle the theme to our show, and I couldn't. And your whistling was very far off, which is weird because you're a good whistler.
Thanks.
I just think, is our theme unwhistleable?
Maybe.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. That's what I'm going to tell myself.
Yeah, perhaps. Are you a good whistler?
I'm an okay whistler. Not like you. You're like a top tier whistler, but this is what I think our thing sounds like, the whistle version of our song.
All right, let's hear it.
Okay.
What the fuck?
That's not it. Obviously, our theme is unwhistleable.
Yeah, that's interesting. Is that scary? Is our theme a ghost?
If anyone out there can whistle our theme song,
Call our number.
Oh yeah, should we give out our number?
Yeah, what is it though? I don't know it.
We have a phone number, guys. If you guys want to leave us a voicemail, you can call the Drama Club at 505-539-0556. That phone number again is 505-539-0556. I wanted to give a shout out to a particular listener of the show. Her name is Jenny, and on Instagram, she called us out for leaving out some very important information about Judy Garland.
Ooh.
She said,
I'm impressed that she knows something about Judy Garland that you didn't cover.
Right. Well, her profile specifically says she's a huge fan of Judy and Liza.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. So she said that Sid, Judy's third husband, Sid was very abusive towards Judy and would beat the shit out of her.
That's horrible.
Isn't that horrible? Like, I wanted to call that motherfucker out, but it was very cool of her. She actually gave us a lot of praise. She said that we hit like a lot of most of the important points of Judy's life, and we didn't try to whitewash her shit, which I think that was a great review from a fan of Judy Garland.
Yeah. Okay, so one of our Twitter followers, Paige, said in regards to last week's episode that January Jones better be one of the one-night stands that I talk about, and I didn't because I didn't know about that one. It also wasn't included in the Reddit AMA that I took most of those off of. And then she tweeted this fucking fantastic photograph of January Jones straight up doing the walk of shame one morning.
Dude, we should retweet that.
Yeah, I can't because Paige is private.
Oh, okay.
But anyways, she's in like a cocktail dress from the night before, and she looks like shit, and she's getting into a cab. And the tea is, according to May,
that I suspect that photo has something to do with Bobby Flay.
Right, because Bobby Flay had an affair with January Jones when he was married.
Yeah,
and
allegedly.
But then when he got his star on the Walk of Fame, his ex-wife, or soon-to-be ex-wife at the time, paid for a jet to fly around with a banner that said he's a lying, cheating bastard or some shit like that.
Oh my God.
Yes.
What?
Yes, May.
What? Dude, January Jones is messy because you know how she allegedly last year, or maybe the year before, dated Will Forte because she's on The Last Man on Earth?
Yes.
Which got canceled today.
I know, I heard about that.
And that's one of the only sitcoms that I watch religiously. Anyway, she was dating Will Forte, her co-star on The Last Man on Earth. And also, her child is Jason Sudeikis' son.
Yeah, and he doesn't have a relationship with that child because she won't confirm who the father is.
And he's also on Last Man on Earth.
What? Are you kidding me?
So, like, the last several episodes of this season, and turns out of this series, he was in it quite a bit.
Whoa.
And I kept thinking, like, how messy is it that she's in the middle of both of these dudes? January Jones is messy, and I love it.
Yeah. Okay, so I found it. It's Bobby Flay's. At the time, they were still married, but they were already separated, filing for divorce. Stephanie March paid for a jet to fly around during his Walk of Fame ceremony with a banner that said cheater in all capitals.
Oh my God.
Good for her. That's some petty ass shit.
I am living for this.
Yeah, fuck that motherfucker. If he cheated on her and he made her feel like shit, she has a right to fucking rain on his parade.
And also, what kind of specialty is Southwest Tex-Mex ass food? Like,
I don't know. But you know what? I will say I've gone to Bobby Flay's restaurant in Vegas, and it's at Caesars, and it's really good.
Mesa?
Yeah, Mesa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so shout out to Paige, who's very cool. And yeah, thank you for putting us on to that January Jones tea, because we love January Jones drama.
Yeah, we love Mad Men, and we love Betty, and we love tea.
Fat Betty.
I love Fat Betty too.
So here's part of your big question. How do I look? Are my clothes neat and clean?
All right, so anyway, my name is May.
And my name is Stephanie.
And together we're the Drama Club.
Woo! And today we're going to talk to you about all kinds of stuff, starting with the hot topic of the week. And that's the motherfucking Met Gala.
Dude, I get so frustrated watching the Met Gala, I almost can't even watch it.
Why?
Because I start to get upset with people. I'm like, that dress is pretty. That's not what this event is about.
Yeah,
it's not the fucking Golden Globes. Like, just don't look, you're trying to look cute or whatever. No, that's not what this is fucking about.
Yeah, so this year's theme was Heavenly Bodies, Fashion, and the Catholic Imagination.
Dude, imagine how Madonna felt when she saw that invitation.
Oh, no. And she performed. Did you see that?
Yeah, she performed. A surprise performance, and everyone lost their fucking mind.
It made perfect fucking sense. And she's one of my favorites. Let's just start off with that.
Of today or of all the Met Galas?
Oh, no. Just of this Met Gala, Madonna was one of my favorite outfits.
Really? Low-key, she was one of my least favorite.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought she went for it. Like, she really gave the theme her all. And I really appreciate that. I also appreciated that with Cara Delevingne. I don't know how to say her fucking name.
Delevingne.
Whatever.
Cara Delevingne is one of my favorites.
Yeah, she looked cool as fuck.
She looked real cool, but you know who my absolute favorite was?
Who, your number one? You're already going to tell me? I'm excited.
I'm going to tell you, because when I saw it, I was like, that's how you do a fucking Met Gala. Zendaya.
Oh, really?
She came as Joan of fucking Arc and killed it. It was fashion. It was couture. Loved it.
Like medieval times to me.
Really? You didn't like it?
No, she's actually on one of my least favorites.
Uh-oh. And also, I really liked Cardi.
That's also somebody that I didn't like.
Really? Because she looked like a fucking, like a painting, like a Renaissance painting.
She looked like Beyonce's performance at Coachella last year. That's what I had written down also.
No, Beyonce didn't perform at Coachella.
Yes, she did.
If anything, she looks like that time that Beyonce performed pregnant at
My bad. That's what I'm thinking of.
It's like the Grammys or something.
That's what I thought of as soon as I saw, oh yeah, there you go. Beyonce Grammy Performance 2017. That's exactly what this chick looks like.
Yeah.
A lot of the headdresses actually reminded me of that whole Beyonce time when she was doing the headdress when she was pregnant with the twins.
That's funny that like it triggers that for you, because that's very recent.
Yeah.
But they're like crowns, like they're religious themed.
Yeah.
But you don't see like Renaissance.
You don't see modern people wearing those crowns.
I mean, I should bring that back, huh? Did you see that Amber Heard made her crown out of like zip ties?
No, that's weird.
That was so funny to me. She like spray painted some zip ties gold and like put them out as one of those crowns. It was pretty funny.
Hell yeah.
You couldn't tell on the carpet, but some, you know how people on the internet are, like they're real smart, like they're all fucking detectives and shit. Like they zoomed in on it,
The
and then
internet
they
doesn't
tweeted
let anything pass anyone by.
Yeah, and I love the internet for that.
Selena Gomez's tan.
Oh, I did not
Yeah,
see that.
I guess her tan was like way faker than ever before or something, so they were kind of dragging her for that. I didn't even fucking notice.
I did notice that her dress was one of those people that I'm like, what? Why did you even come?
Exactly. So let's talk
that's
about
not
those
fashion.
people. Who do you think was kind of like off theme or not even themed at all? Besides every fucking man that attends the goddamn Met Gala and just shows up in a tux.
Except for Jared Leto.
And Chadwick Boseman, who is probably one of my favorite dressed.
Anybody who wasn't on theme, I didn't really pay attention to them, so I couldn't even tell you.
Did you see Kate Moss?
No.
She was wearing like a club dress from 2008.
Uh-oh.
Did you see J-Lo?
Yeah.
Her dress was whatever to me.
I didn't like it at all.
Yeah. I was like, okay. It looked like the dresses, like those asymmetric shoulder dresses that people were wearing a few years ago.
I mean, she was on theme, I'll give her that.
Yeah.
She looked like something that you could buy, like a Swarovski crystal dress that you could buy at a high-end store at a Las Vegas gift shop.
Okay. That's very, very specific.
It's super specific, guys. Go to Mandalay Bay and go buy Jennifer Lopez's dress if you want.
Yeah. So some of my favorites were Rihanna, Blake Lively, Cara. Which
I hated Blake Lively.
Really? I thought hers was great.
What was special about it?
It was beautiful. What do you mean look at it?
I mean, like there was nothing special about it to me. It was just like, all right, she looked like she was wearing drapes. She looked like I would have if I was gonna wear drapes, I would rather dress like a fucking Scarlett O'Hara and Gone with the Wind.
I like Solange.
Did not see Solange, and she knows how to dress.
She Instagrammed or tweeted her 3 outfit choices the day before and let her fans decide which one she would wear. And then the one that she wore, I guess like one of her favorite responses, because has a do-rag on, and some guy responded to her and was like, oh, wear the do-rag one because God loves do-rags. I didn't like ScarJo.
I didn't like ScarJo because, first of all, Scarlett Johansson does not know how to dress, ever.
Yeah. What's up with her hair right now? Is it for a film?
No, I just think that's her look. That's what she's rocking.
That's
she
the
just
bowl
does
cut
not
I
have
had when I was like 5.
She doesn't have good style, and it's a shame because she's fucking pretty, and I don't know. And she's also dating Colin Jost, which
she's your woman crush Wednesday, huh?
Oh yeah, always. And also, I just appreciate she seems to have really great taste in movies for the most part.
She's all up on what's his face's dick.
Who?
Woody Allen.
Oh, not anymore, but for a minute she was his muse, yeah. But yeah, she has for the most part she has good taste in movies, so I appreciate her, but I never like the way that she dresses.
And
she was
bad dating issues. Why is she always dating fuckboys?
I don't think Colin Jost is a fuckboy. I just think he's
whatever.
Yeah, he's very vanilla. Oh yeah, she was wearing Marchesa, which, if you guys know, is the line that Harvey Weinstein's wife is the head of that line, and so people were kind of mad about her wearing Marchesa to the Met Gala.
Yeah. But why? Like, why is, and I mean this sincerely, like, I don't get why does that have to do with Harvey Weinstein's wife? Like, why are we mad at her?
Because people like to say that she was complicit in his abuse. Like, there's no way she could have not known, and yet she stood by him and, whatever.
I think that it's easy to think that, like, all relationships are the same, but I think that when you are in, like, high profile relationships, you kind of live your separate lives more than the average relationship. Do you get what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying, but I see what people are referring to with this, because she, like, it was such this open secret. It wasn't just about ignoring what he's doing.
True.
It's about ignoring what everyone says about your husband.
That's true. Okay. Well, in that case, I mean, it's her bad, but I don't know. Like, what could she have done? I don't know. I mean, I'm not trying. I'm all for the movement, and like Harvey Weinstein's a piece of shit. I just don't see like why we have to put that blame on her. Like, it's not her burden.
Sure. Yeah, and I agree with that. Like, we always like to put blame on women for men's actions.
Mm-hmm.
Always.
She's not his fucking mom.
But I think the argument is she should not have been with him, knowing what everyone knew and openly talked about.
Yeah, I guess so. But people have their reasons. I don't know. Not all marriages are like for like. I don't think she fucking loved this fool. Like maybe not. You know, maybe she was with him for other shit.
I mean, we don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe she did love him.
True.
Maybe she did. Maybe she did love him, and that's why she couldn't walk away. Or well, I don't know. People are complicated.
People are hella complicated. I don't like shifting blame. Like his fuck. Like why is that her fucking fault? I don't like that.
Mhm.
I don't like blaming women for like these fucked up men.
I feel you.
I saw this great. Or did you watch Deezus and Mero this week? They had Bill Nye on.
Oh, they did.
Yeah,
That's funny.
It was really cute, and they were asking Bill Nye about just like the environment and the world. And I think Deezus was like, what are we fucked? Like, did we ruin the earth? Like, is it not going to exist, or can we change it, or what could we do? And Bill Nye was like, the best thing we could do for the world and for everything is to educate women, because women are the ones who like birth the children and they raise the children and they fucking create better people who will take better care of like the environment and themselves, right?
Yeah.
And I like that a lot because it's fucked up and it's kind of true. But then on the other hand of that is like, I don't think women should be blamed when men are shit also.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean?
It's sad that it's politically charged, or how in a lot of places the most dangerous thing you can have is like an educated woman,
Yeah.
That sucks. I also pet peeve, just because you talked about Bill Nye and the environment. My pet peeve is that we're always asking Bill Nye about the fucking environment. He's a mechanical engineer. Let's talk to climate scientists about the environment,
Yeah, but he's still like knowledgeable. It's like a degree versus experience. You know what I mean?
He's experienced how?
He's
Because people ask him about it all the time.
no, like he's worked in the science industry for so long. Like he knows a lot about science now.
Okay, guys, ask me about fucking the environment, because I've studied science for my whole life. So,
So you know more than Bill Nye?
about the environment, yeah, maybe. Not about mechanical engineering, though.
Sue avoids red nail polish since it would call attention to her stubby hand.
And I'm going to talk about Mariah Carey's meltdown in 2001.
Good. See, okay, I like this because eventually one day I want to do Britney Spears.
Yeah.
But our podcast is kind of lighthearted. I want to make sure I know how to talk about her and have it be fun and funny without make it seem like we're making fun of her mental illness.
No, we're not making fun of anybody's mental illness. It's just fucking crazy, and we got to talk about it because this shit's interesting.
Yeah, so I'm
If
curious
I had
to
a
see
fucking
how you.
breakdown, I would expect May to talk about it. You know what I mean?
So I'm just curious to see how you go about Mariah.
Okay. Well, now there's no pressure. No pressure. All right.
No pressure.
Let's get some context on Mariah, because we got to, right? Mariah Carey's a queen, and I love her, just for all of you to know. Mariah Carey is an American singer and songwriter. Her birthday is speculated.
No way, really?
Yes, people don't know if it's March 27th, 1969 or 1970, because she's given both dates.
Wow. Okay.
That's pretty awesome.
Look, I'm gonna guess.
70.
I was gonna say 69.
Ooh. It's only 1 year. Not that big of a deal.
You and I are
Combative
usually
this episode.
Yeah, we are usually 100% on the same page, like about everything, always in life. And they were like, I'm like Team Zendaya, and you're Team Anti-Zendaya.
I like Blake Lively. You're like, why?
Yeah, dude, this
You
is
don't
crazy.
want Bill Nye to ever talk about anything science related because he has a degree in mechanical engineering.
I think this is the season finale of the drama club.
Yeah. I'm about to get a jet fly over May's house as his cheater. Okay, so Mariah has a 5-octave vocal range, melismatic style of singing, and has a signature use of the whistle register, which are beyond the 7th octave vocal range.
Okay,
Go ahead, May.
Well-
Just say what you want to say, because I already know.
I thought, just because I don't know what any of that means.
Okay.
But I'd always heard that she has an 8-octave vocal range.
Well, yeah, so she goes beyond the 7th, but she doesn't use that often. So you don't want to say that that's her actual range, right?
Okay.
That's what
All
I'm
right,
saying.
I get it.
Yeah, she can go like up to the 8th and 9th, but like it's not in her regular range.
It's not in her repertoire.
Right.
Got
Like
it.
we don't want her to talk about environmental science because she's a mechanical engineer. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel you.
Okay. So
Wait, but what did you say? What is her
melismatic.
Okay, got it.
She has been named one of the greatest voices in music. Additionally, towards the late 1990s, Carey began incorporating breathy vocals into her material. That's how you talk.
That's how I talk, really?
Yeah, sometimes when a guy's around.
Oh.
Generations of pop singers have listed Mariah as an inspiration for them.
Okay. Generations? I feel like there's only been like one generation since Mariah came out.
So Mariah Carey was born in Huntington, New York. She is African American, Afro-Venezuelan from her father's side of the family, and Irish from her mother's side of the family. Her mother, Patricia, was an opera singer and vocal coach.
Oh, cool.
Her family, Patricia, her mom's family, disowned her after she eloped with Mariah Carey's father, who was a black man. That's fucking crazy, right?
That sucks.
I know, I never knew that. At 3 years old, her parents divorced, and Mariah lived with her mother from basically that time forward, eventually losing all touch with her father.
Whoa, even like forever?
Forever.
Wow. Okay.
I think she knew about him, but like they didn't ever repair their relationship.
Okay, so mental note, Mariah's dad is trifling.
Right. She excelled in music and singing throughout high school, obvi. Mariah Carey's mother would help her with vocal training as Mariah grew and became more and more interested in music and singing. She also introduced Mariah Carey to classical opera, but she's said that she never pressured her to pursue a career in it.
Okay. Like I said, I don't know anything about that, but could she be a soprano or something? Or,
Probably, I think so, yeah.
Okay. That's cool. That would have been really cool.
I know. And it makes fucking perfect sense that her mom was into opera, right?
That her mom wasn't because she was an opera singer?
No, to me, like Mariah Carey's vocal range, like it makes sense to me that she has somewhat an opera background.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Okay, so Mariah Carey also said that her mom was never pushy about music or opera and allowed her to find her own voice. No pun intended.
That's cool.
Yeah. So she wasn't a fucking dance mom or whatever the fuck those are called.
Stage mom.
Okay, so Mariah began writing music and started collaborating with her classmate Gavin Christopher while still in high school. They put out an ad for a keyboardist and found Ben Margulies. The three of them made a demo together, which has been described as having a Motown vibe.
Mm-hmm.
After high school graduation, she moved into a single apartment with 4 other roommates in Manhattan.
That's the most
New York thing.
Yeah, the most like trying to make it in New York story I've ever heard. 4 roommates.
It's up there with Madonna moving to New York with $35 in her pocket.
Yeah, that's funny.
Okay, so I guess she tried to send out that original demo to a bunch of record labels, but she kept getting rejected from everyone.
Okay.
Then, in 1988, she met rising pop star Brenda Starr.
I still believe. Yeah.
Brenda invited Mariah to a record executive gala in Manhattan where Mariah was able to hand her demo tape to the head of Columbia Records,
Tommy Mottola.
Ooh,
Yes.
ooh. Tommy famously listened to her demo on the way home from the party, and he was instantly interested.
Isn't that the dream? Like because it was a tape, right? Like
yeah,
a legit, like a tape. And he tells his like limo driver or whatever, like pop this tape in.
Yeah, and put up the partition.
And he's like, who's that girl?
And he's in one of those old school white limos that are like boxy, like the Lincoln limos.
Dude, my tío Dalton had one of those. Like, and he would just drive it himself. Like,
I'm going to the DMV.
I have a lot of stories about my tío Dalton that I think I might tell on this podcast.
I want us to be in one of those limos.
Oh, should I call him up?
Yeah, tell him.
He might still have it.
Come pick me up. I'm in Fontana. Okay, so Tommy was then able to reach Mariah 2 weeks later, and he immediately signed her to the label. Columbia planned on marketing her as their superstar pop star to compete with Madonna and Whitney Houston, who are on different labels at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Mariah's debut self-titled album had a slow start, but ultimately reached the Billboard Top 20, and she won that year's Grammy Award for Best New Artist, as well as Best Female Pop Vocal Performance for the song Vision of Love.
Dude, I fucking love that song.
I fucking love that song. And the video is so great because Mariah's super young and she's just belting the shit out by the window.
I like Mariah's look during this time. I think that she rebelled against it later, but I think it's a great early 90s, late 80s look.
Yeah, it's like the the big curly hair, girl next door kind of thing.
Yeah, I love that shit.
Also, Mariah Carey was the first artist since the Jackson 5 to have her first debut singles reach number 1 on the charts.
What? No way. That's crazy.
Her first 4 singles off that album each reached number 1, and that was like her debut album.
Oh, yeah. Didn't she have the record or something?
Yeah. So her second album, Emotions, was released in 1991. And that shit was a club banger.
Yeah.
This one was a more pop feeling album. And it did very well, but did not reach the same heights as her debut album. Yeah. Also, she did not go on a full tour following either of her albums. So she didn't go, on a full tour following the first album, and then when Emotions was released, she also refused to go on tour.
Mariah is a studio artist, though. You know, I'm not like, oh shit, let's go see Mariah. You know.
So this led many people to speculate her performance abilities.
Oh, they didn't buy it. They thought
it's almost exactly what you said. Like they thought she was a studio person. Like she couldn't sing like that live.
Right. That it was all like auto-tune or whatever. Like,
so in response to all of the speculation, she booked the popular MTV show Unplugged, where she sang all of her hit songs as well as a cover of the Jackson 5's I'll Be There.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The response was critical acclaim, and the episode was aired 3 times more than any prior episode of Unplugged.
Whoa. What year did you say?
1991.
Okay.
Sony then decided to release the recording as an EP, and it went triple platinum.
Yeah.
Bitch left everybody who says she can't sing. Like, fuck you guys.
Do they still do? They don't do Unplugged anymore, do they?
I mean, they brought it back for a while. Like, I feel like they bring it back sporadically because there's a John Mayer Unplugged, which I fucking love, and that's like
really
within the last like 8 or 9 years.
Yeah.
And then there's some more super recent ones. So like, I feel like they bring it back, then they let it go, then they bring it back.
They do, but like some of them, okay, like the Jay-Z one.
Oh, that one's so great with the Roots.
That's kind of, that one is, I think that was like the first revival of it or whatever.
Lauryn Hill did it around that time.
Right. And then also one of my favorites is the Shakira Unplugged.
Yes, dude.
That might be my favorite. That's the one I still listen to on the regular.
You know what's a good tea about Shakira? Remember she was dating the Colombian president's son or some shit?
The Argentinian president's son.
Go. She's Colombian, right?
Yeah.
And they had drama, like there was a reason, or like he wouldn't marry her or something, right?
Right, and that's all she's ever wanted.
Good for her. I like, what's his name?
Piqué.
Yeah, he's cute.
Yeah, he's cute.
Okay, also Mariah donated royalties from the Unplugged album to various charities.
Oh, cool. I didn't know that. Good for her.
There's a lot about Mariah Carey's charitable donations online, which I didn't put a lot of that in here because I feel like I always talk about that and it gets kind of like boring. But actually, she's one of the people who's donated the most time to the, what's the one? The Make-A-Wish Foundation. And they've like always said that like basically like anytime anybody asks to meet her, she fucking makes it happen.
I didn't realize she was so charitable.
Yeah, and she's donated a lot to, remember VH1 used to do Save the Music?
Yeah.
She donates a lot to like songwriting and like music programs because she really believes in that because that's what she was into growing up.
That's very cool.
That's super cool.
And I like that she's not making a big deal out of
you didn't.
it,
I didn't really know much about it until I started doing this research and I thought it was really cool.
Right.
Okay. So her third album, Music Box, debuted in 1993, and the single Hero has become one of her most notable songs to date.
Mm-hmm.
This became one of the best-selling albums of all time, selling over 28 million copies worldwide.
Damn, people used to sell fucking albums.
Yeah, moneymaker, man. Now they can't make money for shit selling albums.
Yeah.
Okay, so then she reluctantly went on tour throughout the U.S. It was her first tour, and it was only 6 shows long.
What do you mean? It was a 6-date tour?
She fucking hates going on tour. During the production of Music Box, she began dating head of Columbia, Tommy Mottola.
Really? During like now, 3 years later or whatever? I don't buy
that
it.
whole thing, money and power.
Yeah, but I mean, I believe that this started
probably like instantly,
like the day,
right? Like the day he signed her, they macked.
The day he listened to the tape and was like, "Get me that girl" or whatever. Like he fucked her like the next day.
Oh, okay. So following release of the album in that apartment where she shared with 4 other girls.
Still?
I'm saying that's where he fucked her.
No, he would have called her up to his penthouse or whatever.
Okay, so following release of Music Box, the album, she married Tommy Mottola in a lavish ceremony on June 5th, 1993. Okay. They set up shop in Bedford, New York in a fucking crazy mansion.
Cool.
Okay. So in 1994, she embarked on a very personal and special project for herself, a Christmas album.
Mm-hmm.
On November 1st, 1994, her album, Merry Christmas, was released. Damn, she really went all out for that title right there, dude. Got into her mind grapes.
That's the caliber of writer that Mariah Carey is. Do you buy
Don't
it that
start
Mariah
slandering
writes?
Mariah Carey, man.
Do you buy it that she writes her own
I
music?
do, actually. I do, because it's
Okay.
like that's like all she does. Like, that's all she likes. So this album is the best-selling Christmas album of all, and the debut single, All I Want for Christmas Is You, is praised as one of the very few modern additions to the holiday canon, along with Last Christmas.
Mm-hmm. Which one's better?
Oh, I don't know. They're different. Because I like I put them in different categories. Because Last Christmas is cute, but it's kind of like more old school than I consider All I Want for Christmas Is You. Does that make sense? Like,
Yeah.
It's more like 80s
Yeah.
pop, and this is like millennial pop.
Oh, well, I don't think it's millennial
Like
pop. I think it's I think it's very 90s.
Yeah. Okay. Finally, in October 1995, Mariah Carey dropped her 5th studio album, Daydream.
Mhm.
This album's feel was more hip-hop and R&B than the pop we had seen her do previously. And the second
Okay.
single, One Sweet Day, a collaboration with Boyz II Men, is the longest-running #1 song in history, and it topped the charts for a total of 16 weeks that year.
Wow.
She then went on a world tour, which sold out immediately upon the releasing of tickets.
Mhm.
Also, she was especially gigantic in Japan, and they named her Artist of the Year at the Japanese Billboard Awards.
Wow, Mariah-san. Good for you.
So, okay, what year are we in? 1995. So she's 25 years old. This is when we start to see allegedly, yeah. Oh, she's either 25 or 26. So this is where we start to see her personal life begin to struggle a little bit. She started having creative differences with her husband, Tommy Mottola, regarding her sound and how to promote herself. She's also stated that he was very controlling from everything from her wardrobe to her makeup, and she
Okay.
couldn't handle it. On May 30th, 1997, they announced their separation, and Tommy Mottola quickly moved on with Latin singer Thalia.
Let me say that, like, the fact that this is essentially an inter-office romance, like she fucked her boss,
Right.
she married her boss. I feel like it's to be expected that your boss is still going to ask certain things of you. Do your hair like, if you're an artist, right? Do your hair like this, sing this kind of song, do this, do
It's
that.
like probably the stuff he would have been doing to her as an artist, regardless of whether he was with her or not.
Yes, exactly.
That's the problem when you start overlapping relationships like that. That's why you're not supposed to fucking do that.
Now you know, Mariah, if you're listening.
You should have talked to us. In 1995, I was 8 years old. Oh my God. So then Mariah Carey did the greatest thing to ever have been done in the history of doing things.
Okay, I'm on pins and needles.
She began dating Latin heartthrob and music icon Luis Miguel in 1998.
That's not what I thought you were going to say.
The pictures of them together are beautiful. They had a
Okay.
little globe-trotting love. What did you think I was going to say?
I thought you were gonna say she made her comeback with the honey
Well, she was
video.
allowed to do that, but I mean, Luis Miguel, it's a pretty great thing to have done.
Yeah.
Okay, also, the split from Tommy Mottola was not easy because he was very, very big in the music industry. Her manager at the time was his close personal friend, and her management company dropped her following their divorce.
Whoa.
Mariah began to publicly fight with Sony at this time about how much money they were taking from her and her creative vision.
All right, this is getting messy.
Yeah, it's getting pretty bad. In the late 1990s, she took more control of her work and image, which is something I guess she publicly fought with them about all the time. Like, they wanted her to be just like poppy, and she started getting more into R&B and hip hop.
Yeah.
So she collaborated with a ton of artists, from Puff Daddy to Bone Thugs to Missy Elliott. Her next album, Butterfly, and the first single, Honey, were both marketing her as more of a sex symbol following the split from Mottola.
I love the honey video.
Oh
is-
my God.
She looks amazing in it.
That scene when she takes off the dress and she jumps into the pool and takes off the fucking dress. Oh my god.
The swimsuit is like skin colored.
And
Yeah.
it's iconic. And then that's where she does the little shimmy.
The little dance. I'm doing it right now. You guys can't see me.
It's so fucking good. Okay. So at this time, she also began exploring other projects and collaborations. She took part in VH1's first ever Divas benefit concert with Aretha Franklin, Celine Dion, Shania Twain, Gloria Estefan, and Carole King.
Dude, that was iconic.
It's so fucking good. You could YouTube it.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. She also wrote some songs for the movie Men in Black and How the Grinch Stole Christmas. So this is why I was going to tell you, like, I do believe that she writes her own music. She writes a lot of music for, like, other things that you don't even hear about. Yeah. Okay. She also, unfortunately, began to work on a film, Glitter.
Okay.
So Glitter had problems from the beginning, and it fell quickly into a bunch of developmental issues, which should have been a fucking sign, Mariah. It should have been a fucking sign, girl. What were you thinking? In 1999, she finished off her Sony contract with one final album, Rainbow. It was released to the highest first week of sales in her career, but her relationship with Columbia was troubled, and they halted promotion. They didn't like any of the singles on the album and wanted her to release a ballad.
What was the first singer on Rainbow? Heartbreaker?
Yeah, I think Heartbreaker and Loverboy, right? Mariah started a public feud and started posting a lot of messages on her website. Remember websites? We talked about this.
Yeah.
She was like the queen of posting messages on her fucking website. Mariah often said that Columbia never took her seriously, and her separation from Mottola created friction in her relationship with most of the record executives there.
I'm sure.
So the album was a commercial success, but it ended up being her lowest selling album to that point in her career.
This album, or it wasn't on the album, but this album spawned probably my favorite Mariah song.
The remix?
The Heartbreaker remix.
Fucking good. Yeah, with Missy and Debrat.
And Snoop was in the video.
He's washing his lowrider. Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's so good. Okay, so now we're in the millennium. She received Billboard's Artist of the Decade and parted from Columbia, baby. Bye. And then guess what? She signed a $100 million 5-record recording contract with Virgin Records in 2001. Dude. And she was given full creative control.
Oh, yeah.
So things are looking up until.
Yeah.
Okay, so remember Glitter?
Yep.
She started doing promotion for the movie/album Glitter in early 2001. And she's 31 years old at this point, for reference. She's been famous for a hella long time and has had a lot of success.
Or 30, or 32.
Right, 30, 31 through 32. You don't know. The song Loverboy is all over the radio and on the top 10. Then it happened. The shot heard round the world.
September 11th.
No.
Oh.
Her 3-year relationship with Luis Miguel ended in early 2001.
Okay.
So I read some tea about this.
Ooh, tell me.
Saying that she ended the relationship so that she could go be with Eminem in New York.
Girl.
Is that fucking crazy?
What's the source of this?
Give me some ridiculous. I don't remember, dude. I was on so much shit. There's so many fucking articles about Mariah Carey.
Does Luis speak English?
I don't know. He don't have to.
He really don't, because let me tell you, I dated a guy who did not speak the same languages as me this year, and it was awesome.
He might though.
I don't, because he's rich. Yeah, like he grew up rich.
Maybe.
So
yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, I think that's ridiculous. But what isn't ridiculous is that Mariah Carey lost her shit over losing Luis Miguel. That's very reasonable.
Yeah, I would too.
On July 19th, 2001, Mariah Carey made a surprise appearance on the MTV show TRL. Mm-hmm. Carson Daly is trying to cut to commercial break, and then Mariah Carey starts singing Loverboy. He's confused and says, "Who is that? Who is that?" And then out of the back, Mariah Carey comes out, twirling an ice cream truck around, and starts waving and hugging members of the audience.
An ice cream truck?
My bad. What is that? Cart. There you go. An ice cream cart. Carson Daly is like, he keeps saying, what? What are you doing here? Like, what are you doing here? Like, all excited, right? And she keeps just walking around, waving and smiling. And she stops to wave out of that iconic TRL window. Remember that?
Dude, MTV used to be
It was so fucking tight. I used to love it. And she's wearing an oversized men's shirt that has Loverboy airbrushed on it. Like she got it done at the swap meet.
Yeah, she for sure got it done at the swap meet. She's from where in New York? Highland? Huntington,
They got a
New York?
swap
Yeah,
meet.
they got a
the
swap
indoor
meet.
Huntington swap meet. That's where she got that shit airbrushed at. So then she finally gets to fucking Carson Daly and she tells him that the shirt she's wearing is his present and she takes it off seductively. And underneath she has on gold booty shorts and an army green tank top that I believe says Superwoman.
Okay.
And then she says, quote, "You're my therapy session, Carson. Every now and then, everyone needs a therapy session, and you're mine for today."
Let me tell you
Okay.
something. The last person on earth that you would want as your therapist is Carson Daly.
Is Carson Daly married?
Yeah.
Okay, to who? Like just some girl?
I don't know, some
Okay.
girl.
Not Tara Reid?
Tara Reid.
Yeah. Then she steps away and says hi to some random person in the audience and then starts rambling incoherently and walking around smiling and waving some more. Carson Daly
Okay.
tries to ask her what she's doing there and everything, and she says, quote, "Carson, wait, look at the ice cream cart. Look at the ice cream cart, Carson." And then he's like, "Okay, well, I have to cut to commercial break. I didn't know about this." And she starts prancing around, handing out ice cream and waving and smiling and waving. It's really fucking weird.
Who did she bring that ice cream cart from home?
I have no idea.
Like, who gave her the ice cream
bet-
cart? You know?
Let's just, like, we know how people in the media are. So let's just cut to the shit. You know, she got there probably just like saying like, "Oh, I want to do like a surprise appearance," and then someone realized like she's fucking off her rocker and started feeding her like crazy shit to do, and she just started doing it. You know?
Yeah, I'm
some
sure.
fucking producer. We've seen Unreal. We know what those motherfuckers do.
Dude, the next season of Unreal looks so
Man,
fucking
shut
good.
up. I have
It looks
the
good as
first
fuck.
season of Unreal was good, but you guys like went fucking crazy for it. You guys acted like it was the best. You acted like it was like Mad Men style good.
Well, Unreal won a Peabody. Mad Men never won a Peabody.
Relax. Okay. Then she says, quote, "You can have drama all day long, but the problem is if you don't have ice cream in your life, then you can't take it. This shirt might start my new clothing line. I celebrate all people." And then
Okay. I would never buy clothing from Mariah Carey's clothing line. It's probably all
she
butterflies.
probably got
and
good
shit.
ass Spanx though. I buy those Spanx.
Yeah, that's true.
She then keeps like rambling and she's like losing her breath. Okay. So then whatever, that's over, right? Like the TRL thing's over. A few days later, she began posting disturbing messages on her official website. At 2:30 a.m., she posted the following message. "I'm trying to understand things in life right now, and so I really don't feel that I should be doing music right now. And I just want everyone to understand that, and it's really hard. So if I don't make music, it's not because I don't want to for you fans. I have 2 phones in my ear. I'm not sounding defeated because I'm not defeated. I'm just going to do this for me, and I know that the people who care about me will care about me. But I just can't trust anybody anymore because I don't understand what's going on."
All right, that must have been real scary.
Yeah, so, and I'm not done. "So because I'm desperately trying to get out of this room, and I don't know if that makes sense to anybody, but the truth is that I'm calling to say that I love you to my fans. I'm not going to be, are you going to be, Glitter is going to be out soon. And you're going to have that, and I'm going to be taking some time off. And well, what I'd like to do is take a break and at least get one night of sleep without someone popping up about a video. All I want to do is be me, and that's what I should have done in the first place. But somebody, I mean people, whatever, I allowed myself to be a little bit too paranoid about life. And life is for living. So that's how deep this is."
Okay, I don't like that.
It's really sad. Okay, it continues.
Okay.
"So if anybody gets this that really cares, just do me a favor, close the record, close the management company down that I own. And I'm going to lie here and wait for that to happen. Not that anybody cares. It probably sounds ridiculous, but I can't reach anybody on the phone. So actually, that's where we're at. So fans, I love ya. We're going to do it again. We're going to make it. And if I take a little time off, that's cool. And that's all I'm saying. Lambs, you know how I love you. And everything's great. All right? Bye." Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
So then she also posted a message for Nancy Berry, who was the head of Virgin Records, on her website. And she said, "I can't reach Nancy, but I'd like to say to her, I will record and stuff. It's just that I needed some time off, but nobody was really giving it to me."
That's That's sad. I'm sure she was saying shit like that, like, guys, I need some time
And
off.
like nobody would fucking give it to her, or like she is tired of fighting with her record label over her, like, you know, the vision that she had for herself and her music. And
Right.
she's just like
And
fucking exhausted.
And you know Eminem is being a fucking
'cause he's
dick.
Eminem, and she lost Luis Miguel.
Just one thing after
Yeah, it's too
another.
much, man. Meanwhile, like Loverboy did good. I remember Loverboy being on air for a long time.
Yeah.
So she, like, you know, people are fucking loving her. So she feels that pressure, you know, to her fans who love her.
Mm-hmm.
So everything got deleted off her website really quick. And her publicist quickly stated that she was obviously exhausted and not thinking clearly when she left the messages up on her website. And then they declined to provide any other details.
Okay.
On July 26th, 2001, so we are 7 days after the TRL thing, Mariah Carey was hospitalized for what her publicist stated was, quote, extreme exhaustion and a physical and emotional breakdown in an undisclosed hospital in Connecticut.
Okay.
It was reported that on July 25th, hours before her hospitalization, she was in hysterics and in violent hysterics, smashing glasses and dishes in the Tribeca Grand Hotel in Manhattan.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
so a bunch of pictures came out with cuts like on her arms and legs. So her publicist basically had to confirm that that had happened at the hotel because people started speculating that she was maybe suicidal, and they had to, like, you know, nip that in the bud. So they were like, no, it wasn't that. She like stepped and fell on broken glass in a hotel.
Actually, it was Christopher Walken making a toast.
So she remained hospitalized for 2 weeks and then took an extended absence from the public. Virgin Records delayed the release of Glitter, the movie, and the album. The album was ultimately released on the worst possible date ever. You know me.
Yeah, I was
waiting for you to say it.
September 11th, 2001. Never forget.
The movie.
Was it
Go ahead.
also the Blueprint?
Really?
Jay-Z?
I didn't know that. That's
Yeah,
wild.
I think so. Wait, maybe Blueprint 1, Blueprint 2. I don't know which one, but the one of them was released on September
I hate
11th.
September 11th.
What a powerful position to take.
I do.
It's so
I just mean
controversial.
like the date itself. Every year I hate it. Not like
If you guys agree with Steph, give us a call. Our phone number is 50.
I just mean like every year on September 11th, I feel horrible. So like I hate it every year.
Yeah,
That's
that's
what I mean. Not like I love September 11th. No. Okay, so then the movie was released and it was fucking bombed completely. It bombed completely and it was shred to pieces by critics and the public. Mariah blamed the bad time in her life as well as the unfortunate date of the album release for the poor reception. But no, that shit's pretty trash.
Yeah, it's super
so
trash.
Virgin Records then bought Mariah Carey out of her record deal for a reported $50 million.
Well,
That's what I think. But I mean, still, it still looks very bad. The original contract that they had signed with her was one of the music industry's most lucrative ever. In an interview shortly after the demise of her record deal and when they bought her out of the contract, Mariah Carey famously quoted A Tribe Called Quest in an interview, and she said, "It goes like this. Industry rule number 480. Record company people are shady."
That's very cool of her.
Cool of her. Mariah Carey, after this all went down, flew to Capri, Italy, and stayed there for 5 months.
Oh,
Yeah,
good for you.
Yeah, dude. Love that.
Take care of yourself. If you're gonna take care of yourself, do it in a place like Capri,
And you know she was
Italy.
magging on
Good for
some
you.
Italian men.
Oh
Hell
yeah. That were like lathered in like
Oil.
fucking extra virgin olive
Ooh,
oil.
And they had like bruschetta and shit. Fuck. I got a funny story about bruschetta.
Okay.
So I work in San Bernardino, California. For those of you who don't know, that's where cholos go to start their lives over, according to Felipe Esparza. One of the secretaries I work with was telling one of the other secretaries, "I went to an Italian restaurant the other day and I had bruschetta with my husband. And then the other secretary said, bruschetta? What's that? Is that when they cut up the bolillo and then they put carne on top?
That's tight.
I was like, oh my God. Okay. So Mariah Carey said that while she was in Italy, she wrote music. And she then came back and signed a contract with Island Records for $24 million.
All right.
Also, her father, who she was estranged from, died of cancer in 2001. I think that
R.I.P.
probably affected her a lot more than you would think, you know?
Someone you didn't have a relationship,
Or maybe she thought like maybe one day, and then that
'Cause I
just
think,
killed
like,
it.
the lack of the relationship is an issue, but then when he dies, you have to feel like so twisted inside because you probably think like, well, like, okay, like my mom had an estranged relationship with her dad, and I remember when he died, she was super upset, and I didn't get it. I was probably like 15, but like now I get it, like, you know, 'cause you, like,
Right.
see, like, I don't know. I think it's like the death of like the idea of the relationship you could have had, as well as like the death of someone that you wish you knew.
right? It's super
And it's
tragic.
problematic because you're probably like, why am I fucking sad? Like, you're probably like, you know,
Mhm.
mad at yourself.
Yeah.
Okay, so her next album, Charm Bracelet, is credited as probably the worst of her career. Worst,
Wait, worse than glitter?
dude. So in 2003,
I
go
don't
ahead.
see. I'm not sure. I don't know because I would never listen to an album called Charm Bracelet.
I fucking hate charm bracelets. And every few years, another one gets popular.
Do they?
Yeah, remember for a while, people were super into those like flat charm bracelets, and the little charms were like little squares.
I have no
And
idea.
then a few years ago, like more recently, people were into those Pandora charm bracelets.
But were people really into those, or was it just
No,
like
people were fucking into those, man. It's just,
was it just like 8 soccer moms in the Midwest?
yeah, but
you know?
that's what I'm saying. Like those 8 soccer moms, they really had a big group of friends that also were into them. We just don't know about that shit because we don't like that shit.
Right.
Okay, so then in 2003, probably because all her careers were doing shit, she went on a world tour.
Hell yeah, we on a world tour.
It did great. She sold out a ton and went all throughout Europe and Asia. And then in 2004, she kept songwriting and she hooked up with Jermaine Dupri, the Neptunes, and Kanye West to put together her next album.
Okay.
Don't call it a comeback, baby. The Emancipation of Mimi dropped in 2005 and it was a hit.
Oh yeah, I forgot about this
It's
album. There are some jams
so
on there.
fucking great. The single We Belong Together broke several records in the United States and became Mariah Carey's 16th chart topper on the Billboard Hot 100.
Cool.
After staying at number 1 for 14 non-consecutive weeks, the song became the second longest running number 1 song in US chart history, behind her other song, One Sweet Day.
Very cool.
Billboard listed it as the song of the decade and the 9th most popular song of all time.
Really? Song of the decade?
Yeah. What
I mean, like,
what else you got?
it was the 2000s?
Yeah.
Honestly, like the first thing that came to mind, even though this is not the quote unquote best song of the decade, but if I was gonna oh, that's a good one. I love Kylie Minogue. I was gonna say this shit is bananas. That is very 2000s. That very
That
like
album,
defines the
that
decade.
Gwen album is so fucking great.
Right. If you're gonna go solo, like that's the album that you put out.
It was so fucking good. Too bad. Too bad. for
R.I.P.
Gwen.
Gwen.
Here lies Gwen Stefani. All right. So that's basically all I have to say about her breakdown, but I did want to cut to present day because on April 11th, 2018, Mariah Carey was on the cover of People magazine and she revealed her battle with bipolar disorder. So she said that she was diagnosed back in 2001 following the hospitalization for physical and mental breakdown.
Okay.
In the People magazine interview, she says that she didn't want to believe the diagnosis when she was first told, and she didn't seek treatment until very recently. Yeah,
Wow.
like she was kind of in denial. She ignored it and she said she was scared because she was already having so many other problems at the time. She thought that it was going to definitely mark the end of her career.
That sucks that that's the first thing that she thought
Isn't that
about,
so
you know?
fucking sad because record industry people are shady. The media is shady. Hollywood turns their back on people with mental illness.
Yeah.
She said that she lived in denial and isolation and she finally just couldn't fucking do it anymore and started getting treatment. And now that she's in treatment, she's back to songwriting, which is her main passion.
Okay. I applaud her.
Me too. She's one of the latest celebrities to come forward with mental health diagnosis.
Sorry, go ahead.
What were you going to say?
I was going to say that it has nothing to do with this. I was going to say that her Cribs episode is my favorite episode of Cribs.
So fucking good. No, it's iconic. And her Unplugged is one of the best ones too. She's fucking amazing. So I read this other article where someone was like breaking down like the bipolar reveal. And they were talking about how she's like of a different era of celebrity who usually kept these kinds of things under wraps. Mariah Carey said in the article itself that she wants to help the stigma get lifted and let people know that you're not alone and you don't have to let it define you, because she felt really alone and she felt like it was going to define her, and that stopped her from getting treatment for a long time.
That's awesome.
Super
I applaud her.
awesome. I know. So she really turned this shit around for herself.
Yeah. I mean, you did
Let
it.
that be a lesson for all of us.
But you left out her like New Year's Eve thing.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not here for that. I'm not telling a full. I just want to talk about the 2001 breakdown.
Okay. Because I feel like, do you think like the New Year's Eve thing kind of set off maybe like her wanting to get treatment, or maybe people were like Mariah, people in her life finally sat her down and said, you know what, like enough is enough.
Maybe, but I think no matter what anybody else tells you, it has to be you.
Yeah, you're right.
And also, I wanted to say that in 2001, like when all this shit went down, people had really thrown in the towel on her and basically like shut her out. Like they thought her career was over. The record labels turned their back on her, but she came back and topped the charts and gained a ton of weight and then lost it again. And she's a queen and I fucking love her. And she has the voice of an opera singer turned R&B homegirl.
Turned terrible now.
But before Mariah, pop stars didn't collaborate with hip hop or rap artists. People forget that too.
Yeah, that's
She
true.
the fucking pat. So God bless Mariah Carey.
Well, that was awesome.
Yeah.
I have a newfound respect for her.
Yeah, she's cool as fuck.
Yeah, good for her. I really hope that she has people around her that'll, support her in her treatment and in her mental health, because, I think that she's a great artist and we're lucky to have her.
Why do you think this happens so often to musicians like Britney, Mr. West, Mariah? We see them break down.
Because they ask the public, their record labels, whoever the people around them, ask so much of them. Yeah. They constantly have to put out new. It's not like an actor that just shows up to work. Like somebody hands them a script, they're like, yeah, I'll do it. They show up to work. They gotta like collaborate, even if they're not quote unquote songwriters. They gotta collaborate on the process somehow. Like it's exhausting mentally, creatively.
Yeah, you're right. All right.
Yeah, definitely respect to Miss Mariah Carey.
Ooh.
So how old is Mariah? Do we know?
Nope.
Right now?
She's probably like 48.
They should bring divas back.
Oh my god, that would be so tight.
Adele.
Oh, Sam Smith.
Sam Smith, bring back Mariah, bring back Celine.
Oh, Shakira.
Throw a little Shania in there.
And now for at least 8 hours of sleep. Good health is a rule, for health is one of the foundations of your appearance.
All right, guys, this week's Quickie, before we let you go. Remember last week we brought up that Lindsay Lohan one time famously made a list of all the guys she had slept with and there were a bunch of famous people on it?
I remember.
That shit was amazing. Let's talk about some of the people on this list.
Okay.
Number 1 is Ashton Kutcher.
As he should be.
Thank God. Number 3, Ryan Phillippe.
And we're jumping around because some of them are obscured for, I'm assuming, legal reasons.
I think that they might be...
unverified?
Right. That's true, because these are all celebrities, so... Huh.
So,
okay.
Number 3, Ryan Phillippe, who is like Cruel Intentions. That was my sexual awakening as a child. Dude, I fuck with him. Not anymore, but like back then. Oh my God.
It's cheesy, huh? Yeah. Number 3 is that guy Stavros Niarchos. He's like an heir to the oil industry or some shit.
He used to be engaged to Paris Hilton.
Oh, okay. Which one of those
Stavros.
oil tycoons was with the girl from the OC?
This is the same dude, Stavros.
Okay. See, I remember him then. Okay. Who's number 6? Joaquin Phoenix?
Yeah, number 6 is Joaquin Phoenix, which she wrote.
That's pretty tight.
Which she wrote as J Phoenix because she doesn't know how to spell Joaquin.
Nice. I like the name Joaquin.
Yeah, that's cool.
Number 8 is who? Lucas Haas.
Lucas Haas.
I don't know.
who's in the Pussy Posse with Tobey Maguire and Leonardo DiCaprio.
Oh, Evan Peters is number 10.
Yeah.
That guy's with Julia Roberts' niece now, right?
Oh, really?
yeah.
Did not know that.
Number 11, Danny Cipriani.
That sounds.
Cipriani.
That sounds. It's Cipriani. That sounds familiar, but I don't remember who that is.
Well, 11 and 12 appear to be related because number 12 is Maggio.
Oh yeah. Damn.
Benicio del Toro. That's pretty tight.
That's
He has a baby with what's his face's daughter.
what?
If you want my body,
Rod Stewart?
Yeah, Rod Stewart's daughter,
Kimberly?
Kristen Stewart, Kimberly Stewart. There
He
you
does?
go. Yeah.
See, okay, Benicio, I respect it, but I'm not like attracted to him. Like he's
No, me either.
Yeah.
But he's cool.
Yeah, he's cool.
You'd probably be attracted to him if you met him.
yeah, probably.
Aaron Rodgers.
Yep.
And then Wilmer Valderrama, who I think has fucked like everybody.
Yeah, he must have.
Game.
That's not what I was gonna say. But next,
Who's that guy?
who? Aaron
Jamie-
Rodgers?
No, Jamie Burke.
Oh, I don't know who Jamie Burke is.
Jamie Dornan. I know that guy. He's not that.
Jamie
famous.
Doran. He is expensive. He is famous. He plays.
He's the guy, right?
He's in 50. I was gonna say
Yeah.
50 First Dates. He's in 50 Shades of Grey. He's the dude.
Cool. He's whack.
He's fine, dude.
Zac Efron.
I do not fuck with Zac Efron,
Orlando Bloom.
who she wrote as Orly Bloom.
Justin Timberlake.
Ew.
This is crazy Liz, dude. Brian at GPA. Who the fuck is that?
That's probably some executive,
Josh Mond.
whoever.
Colin Farrell.
Mm-hmm.
Heath Ledger.
R.I.P.
That shit's crazy. Ryan who?
I don't know. Reitman?
I don't know who that is. Max George?
That-
Who the fuck?
That's Regina George's brother.
Oh.
No, I'm kidding. Regina.
From Mean Girls?
Regina George from Mean Girls. Yeah.
I was trying to think who was her brother on the movie. I couldn't. There is none. Okay, fuck you, man. James Franco.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's my bae. He's problematic.
Yeah.
Adam Levine.
That's my bae.
And then Petey Muse Wright.
Peter Wright, the
My
guy
bad.
from Muse.
Oh.
Petey
She
Muse.
knocked on
Right.
a lot of guys. She knocked on a lot of guys. Good for her.
I mean, those aren't all of the guys that she macked on.
I know. That's just the famous guys.
Those are probably. I bet her and her friends are just playing like a little game, like who can you name in like 10 minutes? Like that game where people are like, do all the states of the United States.
Those are just the ones she could remember.
Yeah, I feel her.
Yeah, whatever. Good for her, Lindsay. As I don't know, she has issues, but as long as she was safe, we're with it.
Yeah, I'm with it. I respect it.
Yeah, ain't no shame in that game.
The cover of In Touch Weekly says Lindsay's shocking list: 36 famous lovers exposed.
Ooh. See, that's why we're never gonna make it in this industry because I would have never thought of that title.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I would have just been like, "Damn, check this out." Lindsay Lohan, low key a hoe,
High key.
and we're not mad at it.
All right, guys. So
All right.
that was this week's Drama Club. If you want to reach out to us on social media, we're at Drama Club Pod on Twitter and on Insta.
And give your girls a rating on iTunes.
Yeah, or anywhere that you listen to podcasts.
Don't forget to call us and leave us a voicemail at
505-539-0556.
hell yeah. Bye.
Bye.
However, whatever with your helmet.